Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me for another prompt journal update. Again, not doing any of pages on live on camera. Just going to have a flick through the ones I've done, and I've actually done a few this time, I think, hopefully. Now what I've got, this one was find a stamp you've never used. And the stamp was, I should have got it out, I've forgotten what it was called, but it was basically this and this with these little things here. So I've stamped those onto the page and just done a little bit of watercolouring. I think it was watercolour pencils, actually, looking at it. I did this, I think, last weekend. So that's watercolour pencil. So it might be the only time I use that stamp, I don't know. It's funny, you buy stamps because you think, oh, I love it, and then they just sit there. I'm sure I'm not the only one guilty of that. I think all those ones you've seen. Now this one here, attach a photo, picture of an animal, pet on this page, write something about the animal. Well, this is my cat Smokey. She's a short-haired domestic, she's 12 years old and she's special. I'll read this. I'll read it. Smokey has to eat cooked kangaroo because she has so many, I think it's ailments. Yes, ailments. She has skin irritations that makes her lick and scratch herself. She scratches so much she makes herself bleed. She is naughty sometimes but loves sitting on Brian's lap at night. So yeah, at the moment she's walking around with a cone around her head to stop her licking. She's been licking her stomach really badly. Did take her to the vet. She had a cortisone injection and an antibiotic because we can't actually take the tablets and get them down her throat. So yeah, she's had that most of her life. When we got her, she was a kitten. She was the runt of the litter, so she is small, but she's not overly small now. She's reasonable size, but would have been over 10 years ago now, I guess. We discovered that she was constantly licking and scratching, so much so that she actually lost most of her fur. She looked terrible, and I really wish I'd taken photos at the time because I didn't, but she really looked bad. I'd been taking her to the vet for a while, and basically she was on a special dry food diet, but it really wasn't helping. And you know, you can only take them to the vet so many times, before it really wears you down. And I was really getting worried. She was having cortisone shots, I think, every 2 weeks, and then she'd have to have a break from them and go back again. And aside from the cost, and she just didn't seem to be getting any better, or she'd get better a little bit and then go downhill again. So in the end, I changed vets, and they recommended I take her to a vet dermatologist, which I did. 2 visits later, they determined that she had some sort of a problem with her skin, that it was to do with the layers of the skin not actually sealing properly, so that any little parasites or anything like that would crawl in between the layers of the skin, and cause, in sort of irritation and so forth. And her skin, I guess, was dry too. So they recommended certain foods that she had. One was tuna, there was kangaroo, goat and crocodile, I think, were the options. And here in Australia, crocodile, I'm not sure where you'd buy it. Look, you probably can, but I'm not sure where. We did try the tuna. We did that for probably a couple of years, but I don't know, she just stopped eating it. So then we tried the kangaroo, and we've had reasonable success, actually. She's done really well, but like a lot of things, you get a little bit lax, I guess, and we feel sorry for her, constantly having to eat kangaroo. And I don't know anyone, if you've ever cooked it, the smell is just terrible. I don't know how people eat it. I just couldn't. So anyway, we were sort of sneaking in a little bit of cheese and a little bit of chicken, and well, it didn't end well. she's started to scratch and pull her hair out again, or her fur out again. There was clumps of fur everywhere, and she basically licked her stomach raw, and there was, wherever she'd sit, there was just blood. So yeah, back to the vet again, back for a cortisone and an antibiotic, and very strict now on her. Will is only getting kangaroo. She doesn't. I think she's sick of it though. She's not eating huge amounts. Other than that, she's healthy, but it's really frustrating. But you know, sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind. So anyway, that's my cat. Let me see, moving on. This one here, I love this page because I'm really into the slow stitching. Create something using any type of stitching and adhere to the page. So that's another slow stitched page. Just using some neutral fabrics. This one's got stamping on it, and I'm pretty sure I would have used, what's it called? A stays on, but it's brown. This was tea-dyed lace. And then there's a few little bits of fabric with the pink tonings just to give it something extra. That's a bit of a doily. Oh, that's tea-dyed fabric there. That's sari silk. That's an offcut of a doily. So a little bit of thread and a few French knots here. So that's that page. I don't think there was any you haven't seen in that one. This one was a free choice page, just a little bit of a printed wallpaper. This was a piece of book page with watercolour on it. This was just some plain paper with stamping, so just a bit of a collage. This one here was create a collage using book pages and die cuts. The die cuts were actually cut from a scrapbooking page by Minte, and I couldn't tell you which particular one, but they were Minte. So that was that one. Probably could have done with a little bit more colour, I think, but anyway. Oh, and this one here, fill the page with colour using any medium you wish. This I actually did using watercolour paper and watercolour paint, and I just basically did squares, and then I did some doodling over the top just to add a bit more interest. So they are my recent pages. There are still quite a few to go. So my aim now is to just keep doing the pages now to get it finished. That's about it. Hope everyone's well, and I will see you again next time. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye for now.